As a motorsports reporter and being born and raised in Indianapolis, racing has always been in my blood.
I'm a professional racer and car builder, and I've done quite a few car transformations over the years.
And with our experiences and friends in the automotive industry, Colette and I have teamed up to combine our love for cars with our desire to make a difference.
Helping Hands Garage is all about giving back to deserving families who have a project that's seen better days.
So join us as we roll up our sleeves and drive dreams forward at Helping Hands Garage. She fell in love with it as a kid, and after years of fighting for it, Mackenzie finally has her dad's F100. But with the restoration, she doesn't exactly know where to begin. That's where we come in. I'm Katie Osborne.
And I'm Colette Davis, and this is Helping Hands Garage.
Now, Mackie has fond memories of her dad driving her to school in this very truck. And now she wants to keep her dad's memory alive by restoring the '77 F100.
She has a brilliant mind with a doctorate in medical science and has been published in many medical journals, but she has no idea where to start when it comes to fixing and restoring this truck. Now, she doesn't need a complete, full restoration. She just wants the truck safe and reliable enough for nice weekend cruises.
She wants to hear that rumble, Colette. From steering to engine basics, we're gonna do everything to get this truck back to life. But before we do, Colette, let's go ahead and meet Mackie. Well, there is a lovely, and I say lovely, this truck has been sitting outside the shops for just a few days now, and every time people walk past it, they say, that is one cool truck. It's a '77 F100. Mackie here. Why is that your truck? How did it end up in your hands? How do you have the keys? What's the story?
When I was a little girl, it was probably 1980, maybe 81, and I was in kindergarten, and my dad drove that truck home. It was black at the time. That was the truck.
That was the
right.
thing.
That was his favorite. And so we spent many road trips going to Tallahassee to see Florida State football games, and many family trips.
Yeah. Oh, it seems like it would be a family truckster for sure. So we saw the photos, obviously, of you, your dad, growing up within the truck, but you now own it again. Consistently through the family, or what's the story?
When my dad was too ill to continue to care for the truck, and he sold it to his best friend.
Okay.
And I had an agreement with the best friend that he would sell it back to me when he was done with it for what my dad sold it to him for. Then unexpectedly, he passed away. And one of his sons did not want to honor the agreement that I had with his father. And so I had to do quite a bit of fighting and persuading to get him to sell me the truck back. It took another 2 years for me to get it, buy a home, to have a place to put it, and get it to my house.
Why is it so important to you to have this truck ready to be back on the road and rumbling?
So I can just remember my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I miss him very much.
Yeah. I think you're also very deserving because you also have had a long push in your career, and you are an established professional, and you've worked very hard to be that way as well. Talk about your industry. What have you achieved thus far?
So I am a professor of medical physiology. I have a PhD in medical science from the University of South Florida College of Medicine. I was lucky enough and determined enough to do medical science research in one of the most advanced electrophysiology and neurophysiology labs in the world.
There are so many words in that I am like, what even?
And so, my specialty is cardiorespiratory neurophysiology. Then I started teaching. And so now I teach doctors how to be doctors.
Thank you for that. My husband's a doctor, and so in the big picture, we appreciate people who are making things happen for them as well to better understand their craft.
They're amazing. They're absolutely my motivation. My commitment is to my students.
Let's get over to the shop and make sure that you will eventually get behind the wheel and be able to hear that rumble.
Yay.
So it turns out, guys, that Mackie is terrific. Her friends are so much fun. And furthermore, I love what she said to describe them, love and loyalty. So that's who we're working with in the Helping Hands Garage. One thing to note, though, is that Mackie is a teacher, right? She's used to being in that role, but she and her friends are going to be students here this week at Helping Hands Garage.
That'll be nice, switch roles a little bit. And since all of her friends are also here, going to be students with her, all the extra people, I thought we need another teacher in this
why not?
building. So I called up my good friend, Bree Lynch. She is an incredibly talented and successful Hollywood stunt driver with over 50 TV and film credits to her name, Black Panther, Fast and Furious, and so much more. So thank you for coming back.
Always such a nice introduction. I want to tear up a little bit, but thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I had so much fun the last time that I was here on Helping Hands, so I'm excited to come back and get my hands dirty and help you out. So tell me what's going on with this old yellow truck.
I mean, it is an older truck, so naturally there's a lot of things that have failed over the years, a lot of rust, and we really just want to bring life back to the exterior. And under the hood, we want to do a full systems check. So make sure our fuel and ignition systems are running and working properly, and we're missing something in there, right?
Big old hole.
There's no steering column in it currently, and it hasn't been for maybe a couple of years now. So we gotta get a new one in there.
All right, so with all that, I'm just gonna assume the truck hasn't been driven in a while. Do you know how long it's been exactly?
Mackie was saying about 2 years that it literally hasn't run.
Yeah.
And girl just wants to hear it rumble. So we got to figure out how to make that happen for her. Drive it and rumble. Drive
Okay.
and rumble.
Well, it looks great. I love the chassis design of the truck. I think
Totally.
it's gorgeous. The wheel and tire combination really brings the whole picture together. I feel like with a lot of extra love, we could probably bring the paint back to life.
Wouldn't that be
love the
fun? I love the
color.
color.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And as I was walking in, I had a little look-see around before I started talking to you guys. And I feel like while we're here, we should do a fresh coat in the truck bed because it'll make it nice and
Because
fresh.
why not?
Bring everything
right?
together.
I think this is a good plan, and I'm glad you're here to help because it seems like we need just a few more helping hands with the mix of everybody here. And I think it's time for all of us to get to work.
I can't wait.
All right, so in front of us is a steering column that used to be in the F100. Tell us a little bit about how this got out of there.
So I got to the point where I was trying to move the truck to try to get it running again, and I would turn the steering wheel and the wheels did not turn.
Oh.
So I figured it was something with the steering column, and then as I was in here kind of fiddling around, this piece fell apart, and there was another plastic piece, and I didn't know what the name of it was.
Good news for you. We're not going to use this stuff because this
Okay.
is probably going to be a little bit more of a headache than it's worth because there's a lot of little parts and a lot of broken parts. This is a new part for you. This is a new rag joint, and this is your old rag joint. This one's definitely not going to fall apart on you like this one did and disintegrate. And we have a brand new steering column completely here for you. This is a fully adjustable one made for an F100. You're going to have a turn signal now, because I noticed you don't have one here.
No turn signal.
And you're gonna be able to tilt your steering wheel up and down. So you can make it comfortable for yourself when you're driving. That's a big thing for me, so I'm excited for you to have this.
So along with that, we got you a brand new wheel too, so the stuff installed.
Okay.
You have tools in there, Bree?
What'd you say?
You have tools in there?
Yeah, but right now I'm just getting everything finger tight so I can at least get it lined up.
Bree and Colette bolt up the new steering column inside the car, and next, they'll hook up the new rag joint directly to the steering box under the hood. Plus, we'll meet some more of the Helping Hands team. Welcome back to Helping Hands Garage. Now, of course, this has been so much fun already with you and the crew as we're talking about. Mac has brought so much joy, and she's brought helping hands like you who are friends from high school, Carrie.
That's right.
What's the story?
I met Mackie in high school band.
Yep.
And we've been buds ever since. We got really close after Pops died, honestly. It was what brought me closer to Mac. You know, unfortunately, she's just an awesome friend, and she's amazing, and I love her. Thank you so much for you guys helping us get this project going, because in those posts that Mackie did about the truck, all her old friends, you know, from the neighborhood would post, I remember Pops driving down with, you know, with the horn and everything, and loving the truck, and always, you know, honking at the friends and everything. So it means so much.
There's some more helping hands here, but we got to get to work to make sure we can make that thing come to life. Okay, get your fan. There she goes. We just. Hey, you're not in Kansas anymore. Get it. All right, don't call me for cardio.
Welcome back to day 2 here at the Helping Hands Garage. Mackie, I think you got a sneak peek in there. We got the steering column installed for you, so we are one step closer to being road ready, but now we're gonna focus on the truck bed back here and get this restored and freshened up.
Yeah, a little bit of cosmetic work coming up for you guys. So first things first, since we want to try to keep this beautiful yellow paint as much as we possibly can, if we're gonna give it some little love later, we definitely want to protect the truck from getting any kind of overspray. So we did a little bit of masking for you guys. We need to make sure that this has something to stick to. So the new fresh paint has something to stick to. So we gave you guys some tools here. I think your main objective is to cover as much surface area as you possibly can. Don't worry about making it perfect. We just need something for the new coat to stick to. Make sure you wear eye protection, please. You have yours. Perfect. Okay, great. So you guys know how to use these? A little bit?
A little bit.
Squeeze the trigger. Okay, so we have the fun part now. This is the bed liner and this is the hardener. And I was reading the instructions earlier. You're supposed to pre-shake this, so I shook both of these bottles for us already.
Okay.
And the hardener, we're supposed to pour 6.5 ounces of this. So we're gonna pour this in yours. I'll let you do that. And then as soon as you're done, I'll take that from you. Oh, wow, that is thick.
She is
Ooh,
viscous.
good luck.
These are my chemistry skills.
Yeah, so as soon as you're done pouring that in there, I'll steal that bottle from you, pour some more hardener in this, pour it in mine. So as soon as you're done, you can start shaking that up.
Like you're making a presidential margarita in Chile.
Thankfully, that hardener mixed with the bed liner, I think, is going to make this really strong and durable, so you don't have to go through this process immediately after again. This should last you a while, especially with how thick that is. That's crazy.
Looking good, getting all the cracks and crevasses. Yeah.
Well, a whole lot of work has been done already this morning on the back of that truck. You guys were doing a spray and bed liner. How much fun, how much sweat, by the way. Daryl, I see your shirt has a little bit of color added to it.
Yeah.
It got you working.
Yeah, we were working really hard. Mandy did most work, I must say, yeah, but no.
enjoyed it.
We really worked out the back of it, cleaned it out, got it covered with stuff, and braced to see what the next step is.
So moving forward with Mackie, of course, the relationship between her and both of you are a bit different, from different spectrums of life.
Mackie is without a doubt one of the funniest people I know in the entire world. There's just something about her. She can make the smallest face. She can make just anything make me hilariously laugh out loud. We always call each other sister from another mister, my brother from another mother.
Yeah, I love that. I love that phrase. You said 7 years, Mandy, and the friendship that you guys have built is based on this newer version of Mackie's life, which is the professional side. She is a professor, and that's how you met her. What's the background?
So I moved to Florida almost 7 years ago, and she was one of my professors in graduate school, and we had to introduce ourselves on the first day. And for whatever reason, I went off talking about how my dad had passed away, and she was in the back listening, and I had no idea. And we've been so close ever since, but we had to be like student-professor relationship for a while, but she's just part of my family. She's been there through 3 of my pregnancies, and she's just always there for me, no matter what. And she's so accomplished. She's such an amazing professor, an amazing friend, and it should be said, like, how much success she has achieved in spite of all of the hardships she has faced.
Well, we're gonna get this truck back on the road. It's gonna have that rumble, as we keep saying. We still have some work to do, and it ain't doing that yet. So let's go ahead and continue on with the 77.
Welcome back. We're here with our entire Helping Hands Garage team, and now we're under the hood. So, Mackie, talk us through how you would usually start this truck.
Well, I would usually have to try to turn the key, and it might make a couple clicks, and then I would tap.
The old tap, tap.
And then I would start it again, and it would usually turn over after that.
Okay, well, you shouldn't have to do that. The problem that you're probably having is your starter solenoid. And basically what happens is there's a magnet inside of here that'll distribute the power, and when this goes bad, it'll just constantly be distributing the power. Maybe your battery will go dead. So, guess what we have? A brand new one, yay! Yeah, they haven't changed the technology very much, but this will be a new one, so you won't have to be doing that for quite a while.
And when we replace that, we also just want to make sure that your engine is healthy and running properly. So we're going to do a compression test for you to make sure it is healthy, and then check timing as well. All right, so this is the moment of truth where we find out if the engine is healthy. Are you ready to reveal the results? Your compression's good. You're in. Yay!
Okay.
So, that is great news. And now we're just going to replace all the spark plugs, stick some fresh ones in there, and then when that is done, we'll check the timing as well. So these are our old ones.
Yep.
All right, and here are nice new ones.
Oh, okay. Let's go with it. Get it, girl. Yep. Oh, it looks nice. A little bling bling, right? Yeah. You're doing great. This is awesome. I love that you guys get to actually work on it at this point and then feel like that'll be such a nice.
See?
Yeah, looks
Floor
good.
it.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good fit.
We're still focusing under the hood at the moment. So we got a brand new distributor cap for you and rotor. So we're going to be replacing that. I'm actually gonna have you guys replace it. So I'm gonna hand this to you. And what's super important and what you wanna remember about this is just getting our spark plug wires transferred over on the exact same spark. So basically these wires are what gives signal to your pistons to fire in a very specific order. So in order to keep that order, we're gonna copy exactly how the wires are mounted onto here, onto our new cap, and then replace the rotor and put our new cap back on.
There it goes. Nice.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Well, the 77 is going to be coming to life for Mackie here momentarily. But Bree, your hands have been getting dirty. What's the story? What you got?
Yes, the timing was all out of whack earlier, and we just finally got everything in the correct timing. So I'm about to lock this down right now, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Well, and as you make your way over there, we want to root for you. We're here to root for you. We are your squad. Did we decide on a name?
What do we say? Maniac?
He's a maniac. Dun, dun. All right, get in the driver's seat. All
right, let's do this.
All right, all of us have been waiting at this time for now Maniac and Mackie to start and fire this thing up. But before we do that, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
10.
All right, girl. All right, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. You did it! It made it! Maniac is ready with Mackie. Keep that joy, but turn this thing off. What a special moment for you! Yes! You guys said you wanted to take it to the beach as the first running, so this thing's almost beach ready.
Almost.
Before we go, we got some side panels to put on, some door panels, and a few other surprises.
Some surprises up our sleeve.
That are in store for you and your crew. Bring it in. Come on, girls, bring it in.
Thank you for being there for me. Always.
Of course.
This is awesome. She sounds good.
I know, it really does. It's great.
Much better.
Welcome back to Helping Hands Garage. We're here with Mackie and her F100, and it's obvious that this truck has been outside for most of its life. Now, talk to us about how all this buildup occurred over time.
Okay, the patina, yes.
The patina.
She has been basically in my side yard that has a pecan tree from my neighbor, and it's Florida, and there's all types of moisture. So she didn't have any cover, and I didn't watch her.
Well, we know a full new paint job isn't in the plan, but we think there's still a lot that we can do to bring more life back to the exterior. So right here we have our special mildew fighting formula, and we're gonna give it a test and see how it works.
Hey.
All right, fingers crossed.
All right, kill him.
Oh, wow. Oh, she's coming back to life.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually just
Yeah.
just some more.
Let me let it sit.
Yeah, for a sec.
Well, based off of our test, I feel like this is going to work wonders for the entire truck. And luckily, we do have some really good friends that are experts in automotive detailing. So we're gonna give them a call. Our friends over at Redline Design came over and used their special detailing formula all over this truck to bring that paint back to life. Without completely repainting it, we wanted to get it looking as good as possible. And now with it all cleaned up, it looks incredible, and now we can finally hand over the keys to get Mackie's final reveal.
Look at this!
Fair fingers! I'm so excited. The tires look amazing. Ooh! I'm elated! It makes me so excited to be able to drive my dad's truck again. It was exactly what I needed to get me into just 100% happy headspace. Oh, speed bump. Sorry, everybody. It was invaluable to have my friends spend their time and for you guys to provide the knowledge and skills and tools to make my dream come to fruition. Now I can just not feel guilty. I can see it and not be sad, but be excited and invigorated and remember all the good times that we had together in the truck. Everybody at the Helping Hands Garage was incredible. I feel like I got a new family. I just want to express my gratitude to all of you guys for letting us be who we are and enjoying the time together. It was really incredible, and I will never forget it.
You know, Colette, what was super cool is when that truck rolled up, everybody in our studio, in our garage, had eyes on that thing. We weren't exactly sure what we were gonna do to it. We didn't know the story behind it, but boy, has it been fun.
And what an amazing group of helping hands as
Right?
well. They were bringing the energy the entire time, and even though they'd never worked on cars before, they were ready and willing to get dirty and help their friend out.
Well, and I love that big picture, right? She's a professor, and yet she was there, she was with them, she was being taught, and now she feels much more confident behind the wheel and can feel that rumble, can feel that love and that joy and the passion from her dad. So there you have it, guys. Another safe truck and a really cool group.